Present arms!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms!
We gather today to honor the memories of our fellow citizens who died tragically 12 years ago in the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. In particular, those of us who serve in the judicial system recall the acts of heroism that led to the untimely passing of Captain William Thompson and senior court officers Thomas Jurgens and Mitchell Wallace on September 11th. In addition, we offer our thoughts and prayers for those families who have lost their loved ones in our nation's war against terror that has taken us to the mountains of Afghanistan and the desert of Iraq. We begin our brief ceremony this morning. As we begin our brief ceremony this morning, I'd like to introduce Family Court Judge Joan Posner to offer a few remarks.
Thank you, Judge Foreman, and thank you for organizing today's very meaningful ceremony. The original World Trade Center Twin Towers opened in April 1973 after being hit by the planes piloted by terrorists on September 11, 2001. The South Tower burned for 56 minutes and then collapsed. A half an hour later, the North Tower collapsed. In total, 3,000 people were murdered, including those killed at the Pentagon and in the crash of Flight 93 in Pennsylvania. The events of that day forever changed each of us and changed the history of this country. Today marks 12 years since these attacks on America. I am sure that each of us remembers where we were on that clear, crisp, blue sky day when we learned of the unthinkable. Today is a day to remember not just the atrocities of 9/11/01, but to remember that in the days that followed the attack, Americans united and gave so much in the spirit of support, compassion, and patriotism. Today is a day to remember how our country and our communities came together in the wake of the tragedy. The outpouring of people and the wave of volunteerism, whether assisting in the recovery efforts, waiting in long lines to donate blood, donating food, time, money, whatever one could. On that day, our nation became a family. We remember all of the children who lost parents that day, and those who lost brothers and sisters, children, grandparents, friends, and other loved ones. We remember the extraordinary acts of courage and bravery of the passengers on Flight 93, and of the first responders, the firefighters, police officers, court officers, and others who rushed into the burning towers to help others and bring them to safety, many at the expense of their own lives. As we remember them today, let us resolve to live our lives, do our work, and dedicate ourselves to be worthy of our national purpose to build a better nation, to serve our communities, and engage in acts of charity. In 2002, family members of those who died in the September 11th attacks began a movement to start a day of service and remembrance. They felt that the best way to pay tribute to those who were killed and those who rose up in service in the wake of the attacks was to continue to serve our nation and our community. In 2009, Congress made it officially the September 11th National Day of Service and Remembrance. Now, all over the country today, people have pledged to give back to their communities, to involve themselves in a project, or to do a good deed. If you want to find out more about a project to contribute to, you can Google the National Day of Service and Remembrance. And to find an opportunity to volunteer, or you can go to 911day.org and pledge to do a good deed in honor of a victim or somebody important to you. Making today, 9/11, every year, a day of service is a wonderful way to honor the 3,000 people who died in the attacks and those who served in the aftermath. I was watching a show about 9/11 the other night, in which it was pointed out that 12 years after the attack, those under 17 years of age, which is 1/4 of the country's population, will not have a searing memory of the events of that day. Many are worried that the next generation will not remember what happened. This spring, the 9/11 Memorial Museum will open to honor the memory of those killed in the terrorist attacks, both of September 11, 2001 and February 26, 1993 in the World Trade Center bombing. The museum will aspire to educate the millions of people expected to visit the World Trade Center each year in hopes of building a better future. As a testament to the resilience of our country and our American spirit, Ground Zero is well on its way to being rebuilt and will once again be a thriving part of New York City. On May 10th of this year, construction workers bolted the last pieces of a 408-foot spire into place atop One World Trade Center, bringing that building to a height of 1,776 feet. This references the year that the United States declared its independence. It also makes it the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere and the third tallest building in the world, and it is truly a tribute to our ability to be resilient and rebuild. In closing, this day reminds each of us to take nothing for granted, to live each day to its fullest, to appreciate your freedoms, to count our blessings, to cherish our family and our friends, to be the best that we can be, and to strive to help our fellow human beings. Thank you.
Present arms! Order, arms!
Father Bryn is going to offer a prayer.
Father Creator, You created us in your image and likeness, in love, peace, and freedom. But very shortly, mankind thwarted your designs. Cain killed his brother Abel. And biblical and historical, secular historians tell us that throughout the ages, because we want dominance, we want control, we want to be number one, there have been so many wars and aggressions. One of the worst atrocities happened 12 years ago today on our shores. We remember that event, that we might take all the steps possible to protect ourselves. We remember to say a prayer for the families of those who were involved. We remember so many things on that day, and we celebrate today the love, the heroism, the bravery of all who responded. Brothers and sisters helping each other, helping strangers. It was our greatest moment and one of our worst moments. And so, Father God, we ask your blessings on all of us, on our country, our city, our state, our nation. We ask that you might continue to recreate us in your image and likeness, in love, in peace, and in freedom. Amen.
Karen Johnson is going to lead us in God Bless America. It means everybody sings. Thank you all very much. This concludes our ceremony.